I'll never forget the moment Lisa stepped through the door that evening. Her face was lit up with that carefree, glowing smile, the same one she used to reserve just for me in the early days of our marriage. It sent a sharp twist through my gut. I knew exactly where she had been. More importantly, I knew who she had been with. She casually set her purse on the counter and started humming, completely unaware of the storm brewing in the room. But then her gaze landed on the framed photo sitting in the center of the granite island, illuminated by the dim overhead light. The change was instant. Her smile disappeared, replaced by a pale, ghostly expression. Her breath hitched and she staggered back a step, as if the image itself had the power to physically wound her. For a second, I thought she might collapse. She gripped the edge of the counter, her knuckles turning white. I had printed it that morning. The glossy 5x7 photo showed her in that unmistakable red dress, the one I had bought her for our anniversary 2 years ago. She was laughing, head tilted back, while another man held her close, his hand resting on the small of her back in a way that was far too familiar, too intimate. The setting was a boutique hotel downtown, the same one Lisa had told me was hosting a ladies-only spa retreat 3 weeks ago. I had hired a private investigator. Seeing the evidence laid out so clearly, her deception, the hidden life she had been leading, felt surreal. The snapshots, receipts, text messages, all of it painted a vivid picture. The truth had stared back at me from my laptop screen night after night, daring me to confront it, and now it was staring back at Lisa. Her voice trembled as she finally spoke. "What is this?" she stammered, barely above a whisper, her wide, pleading eyes darkened between the photo and me, silently begging for an explanation that wouldn't come. "You tell me," I said, leaning back in my chair. My voice was too steady, too calm, the kind of calm that only comes before a storm. Her lip quivered, but she remained silent. She looked trapped, like a deer frozen in the headlights of an oncoming truck. I could see her mind racing, scrambling for an excuse, a way out, but there was no way out. "How long?" I asked, my voice slicing through the tense silence like a blade. "Ethan, how long?" I repeated, my tone sharp this time. She hesitated, then crumbled. "6 months," she whispered, barely audible. 6 months. Half a year of lies. Half a year of her laughter, her intimacy, her body being shared with someone else. A wave of fury surged through me, but I refused to let it show. Not yet. I stood up and walked to the counter, picking up the photo and holding out to her. I forced her to look at it again. "Him," I said, pointing to the man in the picture. "What's his name?" She swallowed hard, fresh tears welling in her eyes. "Mark," she murmured. I repeated it, letting the name settle on my tongue. "Mark, the guy you've been meeting in fancy hotels while telling me you're at book club. Mark, the man you've been sneaking around with while I was working late to pay for this house, for your car, for your entire life. That Mark." She broke down completely, covered her face with both hands as sobs racked her body. I didn't move, couldn't. Her tears did nothing but stoke the fire burning inside me. "Ethan, I'm so sorry," she choked out between sobs. "I never meant for this to happen. It was a mistake. Stop." My voice was sharp, cutting through excuses like a knife. "A mistake is forgetting to buy milk from the store. Sleeping with another man for 6 months? That's not a mistake, Lisa." I held her gaze, my expression unyielding. "That's a choice. A repeated, deliberate betrayal." She stared at me, her tear-streaked face full of regret. But I couldn't tell if she regretted what she had done, or if she just regretted getting caught. "I can't lose you," she whispered, stepping closer. "I'll end things with him. I'll do whatever it takes to fix this. Please, Ethan, I love you." A bitter, hollow laugh escaped me before I could stop it. Even I was surprised by the sound. "You love me," I repeated, shaking my head. "You don't betray someone you love. Lisa, you don't shatter their trust, rip apart their world, and then stand there claiming you love them." I turned away, unable to look at her any longer. Walking into the living room, I picked up a folder from the coffee table and handed it to her. "Go ahead, take a look." Her hands trembled as she opened it. Inside was everything: the photos, hotel receipts, timestamps, undeniable proof. As she flipped through the pages, her face crumbled. "Ethan, save it." I interrupted, my voice cold and final. "You've said enough." For the past 3 weeks, I hadn't just uncovered the truth. I had prepared for this exact moment. I had spoken with a lawyer, updated all account passwords, and even changed the locks on the house. Everything was already in motion. "I want you out of here by tomorrow," I stated firmly. "The divorce papers will be ready next week." Her breath caught in her throat. "Divorce?" she gasped. "No, Ethan, please. We can get through this. We can go to counseling. Start over." "There's no starting over, Lisa." I cut in, my voice like steel. "You killed what was left of us the moment you let him into your life." She collapsed onto her knees, sobbing uncontrollably. But no amount of tears could undo the damage. They couldn't erase the image of her in that red dress, her body pressed against another man's. They couldn't put back together the trust she had shattered into a million irreparable pieces. I left her there, broken on the kitchen floor, and walked upstairs, grabbing the suitcase I had packed earlier. I rolled it into the guest room. I refused to spend another night in the same bed as her. Sleep didn't come easily. My mind played a cruel montage of our life together. Our first meeting, our wedding, vacations, the future we had planned. And yet it all felt like a lie now. How long had she been unhappy? How long had she been pretending? And why hadn't I seen it sooner? By morning, Lisa was gone. She had left a note on the counter, begging me to reconsider. But I didn't read past the first line. I didn't need to. Her actions had spoken louder than any words ever could. In the weeks that followed, I focused on rebuilding. I buried myself in work, reconnected with friends I had neglected, and started therapy. Slowly, I let go of the anger, the resentment, the pain, and in time, I found peace. Then one day, I received a message from Mark's wife. She had discovered the affair as well and wanted to meet over coffee. We shared our stories, our heartbreak, and our plans to move forward. It was unexpectedly therapeutic. We reminded each other that we deserve better, and we promised to support one another as we healed. Months later, I heard through mutual connections that Lisa and Mark's relationship had fallen apart. She had left the city, abandoning the wreckage of the life she had destroyed. I felt no satisfaction in hearing it, only a quiet sense of closure. She had made her choices, and I had made mine. The photograph that started it all now sits in a box in my closet, a relic of a past I've left behind. It serves as a reminder of the lessons I've learned. To value honesty, to never settle for less than I deserve, and to always trust my instincts. And as for me, I'm doing okay. Actually, I'm doing better than okay. I've started dating again, cautiously optimistic about the future. For the first time in a long time, I feel free. Free to live, free to love, free to be happy. And that, I've realized, is the best revenge of all. So guys, if you all like today's story, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you for watching.